Yeah.
We are live.
Yay!
What? We are live. We are alive.
Yeah, let's see what I don't know I got them flip flops.
Do I have to write the definition?
Can we do the test to see if they will be seen by the camera? They're gonna be sitting here, right?
Yeah, I had it before there and it was really visible. Or maybe over there because nobody's sitting there.
They can see me or not?
That's right. Yeah, they sit here, but the camera should maybe go there.
It's like
Can you put it there?
Okay.
I think it's gonna be worse.
I mean, that's how I did it before, so that's
Sure.
Yeah.
If you're looking if this is healthy, no.
I don't know, one sitting here, maybe a bit more to the side.
Oh, need to make a story for.
I don't know. What do you think? I will
Bridgie,
take the laptop.
Bridgie, can you sit there? Bro. Okay, apparently it works.
We
Where?
can also put it somewhere else on our table or so to make it better. Or try one more time from there.
Well, I don't know if it's gonna show the slide, but anyway, from here it's not showing.
Yeah.
No.
It's really involved with that.
Yeah, put more. So we can go back and
Hey, my phone.
We are live.
Alright.
So one person's gonna.
But no one can, let them sit properly to also have there some space to write.
Normally,
Can you? Yeah.
It's fine, I mean, it can be just right in front of them, no?
Where is he gonna be seated? Because it would be nice to also see him.
I don't think that's possible.
and normally there needs to be a glass of water next to it.
Yeah.
It's not even visible,
Do we have to cover this?
Can you put it there for us to test if we are gonna be able to see you? Maybe a little bit closer, no?
I can just move that more like this.
Well,
I think
yeah.
it's okay.
I think it is enough.
More.
It's good.
Okay, then.
Now I just need to get the link on Instagram.
Yeah, well, what do you want me to say? Yeah, you come right.
Can you, yeah. Can you send it also in the, for me personally, well, it's like.
Just sent you. Just sent you.
Yes, take it. You can take the German out of Germany.
Yes.
How do I share the link? Oh, I think it's here. Yeah. Simon, why do you do this? Why do you do this, bro?
Yeah, I have this one. One second. I have a better one. That one's better. Yes. Okay, yes. We get once a year from the company, one member that says, hey, you can buy more, so we never buy more. Because we want to come out, we get one more. I mean, this is good money because you can see the pen and it's like them up. And it's writing also not.
There is enough.
I think we make some profits. Or the marketing, they just look at the logo, they print it on their things do it 20 times. We should have like. Yes.
Yeah, so, I don't know, technically, where did you guys, like, I
Or something?
yeah, so yeah. I so only saw I came back on next Tuesday, I was up till 4 a.m.
The jet lag. Oh, the jet lag.
And like my brother
It's so cool this tomorrow coming.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe like. You don't get a provide expectations. Yeah. Process,
Oh, that was pretty good. All right. Okay, let's get started. Please find your seats.
Yeah, but still.
All right, let's move on to the next step, the panel discussion with AIESEC Alumni Switzerland. And yeah, we're gonna get both of our candidates in, so of course we want a very big applause again and some noise. How the space will go. AIESEC Alumni Switzerland, represented by John here today, has brought some questions for you to directly answer in this panel discussion. So we will start with the first question that would go first to Lavos to have also 30 seconds to think and then 1.5 minutes to answer. And right after, then Andrea will need to answer because you already have your thinking time. And then the next question, of course, Andrea would start and Lavos would answer second. All right, I think then you can take the lead, John.
Yeah, many thanks. So the first question to you both is, knowing, of course, the current situation regarding the alumni and your offboarding current as it works, how would you envision and ensure a better offboarding process and transition regarding this current generation and the I was going to say it in French, but approach, the next generations? How do you see that?
Excuse me, could you repeat the question?
So considering the current situation regarding offboarding process of the current members, how do you see that translated when it comes to the alumni association? So how would you onboard them then towards the alumni after offboarding of the current membership?
Thank you for the question. What I would say for smoother onboarding in the alumni association is it's important to have connection so that alumni are more close to the entity, and it's more easier for people after they finish their experience to join the board. Also, since the alumni association is very active in social media, it's very good opportunity to engage also with the current members to know that this exists and they also have opportunity to join. And another thing that we also did in the previous conference, it was a session about how and what people can do after their experience in AIESEC and their MBA experience. And there were a lot of opportunities, and one of them, of course, was to join the Alumni Association. And there was also a link that people could pre-sign up, and this I found really good. And it made more easier to keep in touch and engage more with the Alumni Association and make more smooth their induction to it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So thank you for the question. I would say for the offboarding process of the current generation, as he mentioned, the conference that we had in Do It and the session that we had thanks to AAS for the EBs was very nice actually, because we learned a lot on what is concretely AAS and how to join them. Maybe it was a bit more like too targeted towards EBs. Maybe we can also target it towards members so everybody can feel welcome. But in general, it was a very nice explanation of what AIESEC in Switzerland Alumni is doing. For the next generation, I see some different outlines. First of all, to continue the conference sessions in Kickoff and Do It, to make them aware of the existence of AAS and also what it can bring to them. But also maybe try to include AAS more in the LC side, in LCMs or workshops delivered for the members in general. And the second option that I see is maybe a mentorship program for the EBs and for the VPs that they can sign up to, and they can be affiliated to a member of AIESEC Alumni in Switzerland that can help them in any step of their AIESEC journey, and also maybe try to exchange a bit more on what they concretely gained in AIESEC and how do they apply it to their current positions in their work. And also, yeah, try to do more sessions in conference like Human Library. That was very nice, and also the presentation that you did last time.
Thank you very much. Lots of good ideas. All right. And then, in your point of view, what is the current relevance of an alumni organization for AIESEC in Switzerland?
So I would say that the relevance of national organization for alumni is mainly first to unite actually the alumni from all the LCs. I know in some of the LCs we have like LC alumni structures, but we don't concretely have a national one, and that's why your organization is amazing for this. So then they can actually reunite where they already united in conference, for example, or some project that they work to. But also, I think it's a good way to engage them and make them still have an impact for AIESEC. Not the same one as a member or a VP or an LCP, but still make them engage and involve toward AIESEC. I know a lot of people have big pain to leave AIESEC in Switzerland, so that's also a way to keep in touch with the new generations and also to help them. And the last one is also that I know you planned kind of in the long term try to do some more fundraising for AIESEC in Switzerland, and I think it's a good part, which is of course still mandatory to first build a strong base of alumni, but then maybe a participation for actually the finances of AIESEC in Switzerland that are currently struggling. I think alumni are a great resource, both for knowledge and resources that we can get to for DLCs, but also in general for the entity.
Okay.
I really agree with Adrian in this point. What I would add for myself is that alumni are a great opportunity to build knowledge in the entity. Especially if these alumni have been in EB positions, they can come and share their experience, they can share their knowledge, their learnings, and especially if these alumni are also from these specific LCs, they can also share how was their experience in the LC at previous years. And this is really valuable in order for the members, especially LCs that don't have so much legacy right now, to understand how it was before and what happened and how great the LC was also, and it can also inspire a lot of people. Apart from this, I would say the experience of the alumni, since also they moved on of AIESEC, they create careers, and this is a good opportunity to capitalize on their knowledge and their work experience, which is really valuable. And the last thing I would say, which is also being done and really promoted from the alumni, is the employability. And the idea that if you are an AIESECer, afterwards you have the opportunity to find a job and people can help you find good opportunities in the work environment.
Thank you very much. Now, third question. How would you foster the potential of the alumni network to bring back partners during national conferences?
Thank you for the question. What is being done right now as well, and I think it's really useful, is that the Alumni Association, in collaboration with the MC, has a small list of companies and also people that we can approach in order to create these partnerships. And this is really useful because it's a starting point. What else can be done is that the MCP B2B has to also cooperate more closely with the alumni board, and the alumni board as well should also find people and in places that can also help us as an organization and create more opportunities such as IGT Opens, which is also a very good opportunity that we can do, and also conferences, participation in conferences, workshops, which is also really useful, and especially if we have alumni delivering workshops for companies. This is also really nice for the companies as well to connect with the Swiss entity. Thank you.
So I see 4 different points for the answer of your question. The first one is obviously, and the first one we should reach to is to try to contact alumni that actually work currently or worked in the past in some companies and ask them if they have any power to upscale maybe our need for partner and try to also negotiate internally for the partners to come to the conference. The second one would be to also make a connection between AAS and also the other alumni from other entities, because in Switzerland we have a high pool of a lot of alumni of AIESEC in the world in general, not only from Switzerland, that also are part of some companies and that maybe the generations of AAS have access to and have some contacts. And yeah, in general, just increase the network by sharing the contacts or the potential leads that AAS does have with some companies in the Swiss market, and not only to the MC, but also to the LCs, so they can also do their own sales. And the fourth one is to use the knowledge that AAS accumulated over the years in AIESEC, but also in the companies, for them to deliver some workshops or session on how to attract the companies in the best way possible and how to have a good value proposition based on this conference, as there's many of you that work in professional companies and you know exactly what you would be waiting for progression.
Thank you. And very lastly, many LCs seem to struggle in different areas, whether it's culture, soft skills, technical skills. You mentioned one before, as well as Labras. Given the resources AAS has to offer, how would you make sure that we are pulled into help future generations of AIESECers to develop?
Can you ask again the question?
Or I will make it shorter. I didn't write the question, actually. So to make it more simple, how will you make sure that the LCs, for instance, and then AAS will be involved together to make sure that the LCs can develop, whether it is in soft skills, technical skills, knowledge, or just like, I don't know, techniques to make sure you close deals or anything else? How would you concretely envision that?
Right. So that's a very good question. I would say mainly that we should start contacting you more for sessions inside the LCs for some of the alumni that are actually based on the different cities where LC are present. And also, I think in conferences, we could envision delivering sessions from AAS, not only about AAS, but also, for example, the commission spaces. Sometimes we have needs, for example, in BD, we have some needs or like some portfolio or context. Maybe the AAS could actually deliver the session on how to adapt our portfolio to the current context and current market that we have in Switzerland, how to contact the companies in the best way possible to be attractive. And the last way is, as I mentioned before, I think the mentorship program can be interesting because you can link the VPs or the members of specific areas and specific departments to actually people that are working in the field of the department. So for example, if I was VP ICX before, and at the time I would have loved to have a contact of an alumni that is currently working in HR or sales to know his company and what is the best way to attract this kind of company. And also the mentor can then help the person to try to develop a better sales approach and try to help him to find the best way possible to contact companies. Interesting.
I definitely agree with Adrian on this. Mentoring system is really useful in the LC level, especially, and especially if we talk about EB mentoring. So alumni can also be there and support, not only operationally, but also more in mindset. And the LCP can also define what mindset the LC wants and drive through this. But from this, also the other point about commission capacity building is also really useful. Apart from conferences, also they could participate in some commission calls. That is really useful, and it's also really quick, and we don't have to wait about the conferences. And then I would also say they could participate in plannings, and especially in the beginning, where the ABs don't have the capacity yet, and they don't have the experience, the alumni can be there and support them in their planning process, and to make sure that they have a bulletproof plan that also has an outside perspective. This is the topics I think. Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting takes. In fact, that's it for the questions on my end. I do not know if you have elements to add to that.
No. This will be it from the panel discussion. So thank you so much also for being here and giving your inputs. And we will still have the closing speeches. This is the last part. But to give you at least a very short break, we can have a bit more than 5 minutes. Let's start at 3:35. Then with Lavrov as the first closing speech, and right after then Afghan's closing speech. Bye. How are you?
That's good. Like when I was writing my exam on Monday, I have not. Like,
Hello, Phil.
either
Will closing speeches be showing here? They will. I am just figuring out if I have to stop the live now and be back later, or just leave it here. I think I'm just gonna leave because it's only 6 minutes, but we will be right back.